Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. And welcome to my June 2025 TBR. Say it with me everybody, it's TBR time! Yay! So for the last few months I have been really sedate, if you will, with my TBR. Only putting a handful of books on there every month, you know, my pile of probabilities, like the books I definitely wanted to get read. I mean, these are all books I definitely want to get read, but for the last few months, it was like, this is a little bit more realistic. Then I would proceed to like completely go off my TBR and read other things, which is what a lot of us do, and it's a thing. But anyway, this month, we're going a little crazy with the TBR. I've got 18 books, plus the back to my, my nostalgia back to my childhood books to share with you guys. So a lot of books to talk about. So needless to say, I'm not going to get into all of the books. Like, I'm not going to get into what all of them are about, but I am going to share with you guys the books that I hope to get to in the month of June. And then I will, of course, leave a link below, or leave a list below, I should say, excuse me, of all of the books I mentioned. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and check out the list and see what I have potentially. At the end of the month, I really want to kind of do a thing, like when I do my wrap, because I do want to get back to doing wrap-ups again. And I really like to do a wrap-up at the end of June, being like, these are the books I actually read that were on my TBR, and these are the ones that I read that were not on my TBR. So, yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? So basically, again, I broke these into a couple different categories that you guys know I like doing that. Now, speaking of categories, if you did not see my video yesterday, I posted my summer reading plans. My summer, June, July, and August, is going to consist of reading nothing but category romance books, Harlequin books. So I am super, super stoked, except for, of course, my nostalgia books. Sorry if the lighting gets a little bit weird. It's been dark all day outside. It's a thing. So this is all category romance books. So I'm super, super stoked. So the first little grouping of books I have here are series books. So these are books that I've already started and read a book in the series. And I either need to go back and start from the beginning of the series or read the next book in series, basically. So I have 6 books here, plus I have a book that I have to read as an e-arc. So I need to read that as well. So the first one I have here is Last Chance Marriage Rescue by Catherine Mann. This is the first book in the Top Dog Dude Ranch series. I think I read book 8. Now I'm going back to the beginning and starting at book 1 and working my way through. That is a special edition novel. And then I have a romantic suspense novel. We have Undercover Heat by Anna J. Stewart, which is the 3rd book in the Colton 911 Chicago series. I read book 1 and 2. Looking forward to book 3. I have another Harlequin romantic suspense novel with Colton's Nursery Hideout by Dana Newso. This is book 3 in the Coltons of Grave Gulch series. Again, I've read books 1 and 2. Looking forward to getting to book 3. And then we have a Harlequin intrigue novel. We have Gravedigger by Nicole Severin. This is the first book in the Defenders of Battle Mountain series. I do actually own this one in print, but I have moved some things around in my book room, and now I can't find it. So chances are I'm going to be reading this one on Hoopla, because I'm pretty sure I can get this one digitally off of Hoopla. The next one is another intrigue novel. We have Ozark's Double Homicide by Maggie Wells. This is the first book in the Arkansas Special Agent series, or the second book, I should say, in the Arkansas Special Agent series. I read book 1 in April or May, and I really, really liked it. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one. And then last but not least is the e-arc that I have. Now, this book already came out, but the author graciously gave me a copy of it to read digitally. So I do need to get to it, and I do plan to get to it in the month of June. And that is If You Can't Stand the Heat by Mona Schroff. This is the 6th book in the Once Upon a Wedding series. This is a special edition novel, and I love Mona Schroff's writing. I've read her books before. I cannot wait to get to this one. And I meant to get to it in May. It's just I kind of ran out of time. What happened in the month of May? If anyone can tell me, I would love to know. So yeah, so that is my plans for that. Actually, now that I'm looking at this list, there's actually more books than I anticipated. There's another 6. Because I have a box set that I want to read this month as well. So I'll get to that in just a second. There's a lot of books on this TBR, you guys, basically. The next one is what I'm calling my random picks. So I own a lot of digital books and physical books. Eventually, when I get the the book room like really organized, or get my category romance collection organized, then I can really start delving into reading them and seeing what I have and things like that. But for now, we're going to look at my digital books. So I got Missy here beside me. And I picked 2 books that I have on my Kindle, 2 books that I have on my Kobo, and 2 books that I have on the Gloss app that I've actually bought from Harlequin, from the Harlequin website. So the first one is another special edition novel. This is The Daddy Makeover by Rayanne Thane. This is the first book in the Women of Brambleberry Cove series. This I actually have. It's a reprint that they did. And I had to look up what the original title and cover was, so I'm showing you the original. Now, I cannot remember the title of it, but this is what they've reprinted it to. I'm going to show the cover of it up here. So if you're looking for this book, it's now under a different title and a different cover, but it is still the same book. The next one is another one that I have under the same title, under the same author, but they've completely changed the cover. So this is The Vanishing by Jana de Leon. This is the second book in the Mystery Parish series. This is a Harlequin intrigue novel, of course, and I will show you guys the new cover of it. Again, they reprint these with these new covers, so you would never even know that it was originally a category romance book. And I think it's a way to get more people to read them. Those people who might be like, oh, even romance readers who are like, oh, I'm not going to read a category romance book. Like, those are trashy. I don't read those. And then they pick it up and it's like a Rayanne Thane and it's that first book in the Brambleberry Cove. Oh, this was really good. And then they look more into it and realize, oh, look, that was a category romance. Yeah, see, they are pretty good, right? Very sneaky. The next one I have is a love-inspired suspense, and this is Undercover Holiday Fiancé by Maggie K. Black. This is the first book in the True North Hero series. I have this one on my Kobo. Yes, it is a Christmas book. No, I do not care that it's a Christmas book. And I did mention it yesterday, and I definitely think I am going to be doing a Christmas in July category romance read-along. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully an announcement before the end of this month. Just as a side note. The next one we have is a love-inspired novel, and this is A Valentine's Day Return by Brenda Minton, the second book in the Sunset Ridge series. This is also a Kobo book. Looking forward to this one as well. And then I have the 2 books from the Harlequin website that I purchased. The first one is a relatively new novel. I think it came out this year. And we have Arctic Pursuit by Anna J. Stewart. This is a romantic suspense novel. It takes place in the, I don't know if it's the Arctic, but it's definitely far, far north. I think it's Alaska, like really North Alaska. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be really good. And the next one is another romantic suspense. I have a lot of the romantic suspense books. We have Operation Payback by Justine Davis, which is the 14th book in the Cutter's Cove series. Yes, I'm reading a lot of these out of order. And no, if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you know I don't care. It's fine. It's all fine. It's all good. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, you guys. Now, beyond that, we have another 6 books here that are kind of for challenges that are happening in the month of June. So there's also, of course, June on the Range is happening, and some of the books that I just mentioned may fit for some of the June on the Range prompts. I'm just looking quickly here, like Rescued by the Rancher, that would be a June on the Range. I think Gravedigger, I think that one takes place in Texas. There's cowboys in it. I'm just looking here, I think that might be, oh, the Operation Payback, maybe, but I don't know. But anyway, I've got at least a couple of them that will work for the June on the Range that is being hosted by Michael K. Vaughan. Now, the other thing that I'm loosely participating in, is B over at Mom and Loves to Read Romance for her membership supporters. She is putting together kind of a summer vacation read-along kind of an idea, where every week there's a new location. And, you know, she has like prompts and she has like, you know, she actually has books that are set in those locations, encouraging you to read those. You know, it'll be like music prompts and crafts and all kinds of stuff. She's created a whole passport and everything. It is absolutely delightful. But because I'm reading only category romance this summer, I went ahead and searched and saw what I could find and found a category romance book to fit each of the countries that we were visiting for this first month in June. So hopefully I can continue doing this in July and August. But yeah, I am really excited. So for the first week, the country we are visiting is Greece, and I'm going to be reading a Harlequin Kiss novel. This line did not last for very long, but it is a romantic suspense, or not a romantic suspense line, a romantic comedy line. It's a littler on the spicy side. These were really, really fun books. I really like them. And the one I'm going to be reading is Greek for Beginners by Jackie Braun. Again, it's taking place in Greece. So this fits perfectly, you know, I love it. I tried to like vary these a little bit, but it was a little bit harder. Usually if you're looking for books set in other countries that are category romance, you'll do well with Presents novels or the Harlequin romance line. Those are often like other countries. They take place in lots of other countries other than the US. However, I was kind of looking for stuff outside of that box. But two of these did end up being romantic suspense novels. It just worked out that way, and one of them looked really good. Both of them looked really good, actually. So the second country we have actually is Italy. And I found this one and I got super excited because this is a line, even though I found 2 books from it, that you don't typically see set outside the US. And that is the romantic suspense line. So this one for Italy is called Hunted Through Italy by Delaney Diamond. And it's like a heist book, and it's like set in Italy, and I am like totally down for this. It sounds like it's going to be really good. I can't wait to read it. And then the third country for week 3 is France, and this is the other romantic suspense novel. And when I saw this cover, I went, oh my gosh, that's the Eiffel Tower. That takes place in Paris, or at least part of the book does, so I'm going to call it for France. And we have Honeymoon with a Stranger by Frances Hodgson. This looks really good. And some of these are newer, some of these are older. I love kind of the variety. So yeah. And then last but not least, we have Spain for the 4th week. And that one, I actually got a Harlequin romance novel. And we have A Spanish Honeymoon by Anne Whaley. So this one looks really good too. Again, an older romance novel. I cannot wait to get to it. And then the other kind of country-esque type prompt is the Killing Time with Cozy's group over on Discord. Every month, Melmac has put together a list. Like, she picks a country and she does all these prompts. But my goal is to at least read a book set in the country for that month. So for the month of June, the country is Australia. And there are so many books that are set in Australia. If you read a category romance book written by Margaret Way, W-A-Y, chances are it's set in Australia. She's an Australian author. Amy Andrews is an Australian author. There's a lot of them, you guys. You just have to hunt and see what you can find. Rachel Stewart's new book, What Happens at the Beach, that was set in Bondi Beach in Australia, if you're looking for an Australian read. But the one that I'm reading, actually, guys, is a historical set in Australia. And it's also first in series. And that is Courting the Forbidden Debutante by Laura Martin. I have actually read book 2 in this series. I read it a long time ago, but I'm probably going to go back and give it a reread. Now, this deals with this was during the time when England was sending prisoners to Australia, like the convicts or whatever, however it worked out. So I think one of these characters was actually sent over. Why am I blanking on what it was called? Like what the actual term was of what they did. Transported. The one they transported these people. Yeah, it just sounds fascinating to me. And like I said, I read book 2 and I really liked it. And to read a bit about Australia at that time period, very interesting. So I love that. So yeah, so that is that. That is the main group of books, I guess. Like I said, I also want to read a box set. I love reading the box sets. I grab one every month. I try to every month from my library, and I am working my way through the January 2025s. Slowly. So I picked a Love Inspired Suspense for this month. And this is from January of 2025. There are 6 books. The first set is Tracking the Missing by Sammy A. Abrams, excuse me. And this is the 13th book in the Canine Search and Rescue series. Again, I don't care that it's probably the end of the series or close to the end of the series. I'm going to read it anyway. And then we have Texas Kidnapping Target by Laura Scott, which is the first book in the Texas Justice series. Laura Scott is the category Romance Book Club Author of the Month. So this is my pick to read for this month. And this one I'm definitely getting to for sure. And then we have Cold Case Disappearance by Shirley Jump, which is a standalone novel. Always fun. And then we also have Hunted on the Trail by Dana Mentick, which is book 3 in the Security Hounds Investigation series. Excuse me, I suddenly have the hiccups. And then we have Ambush on the Ranch by Tina Wheeler, which is again another standalone novel. And last but not least, we have Alaskan Wilderness Peril by Beth Carpenter. another standalone novel. A lot of books. But these run roughly anywhere between 200 to 300 pages. I may get to all of them. Chances are I'm not. If I get to at least half of these, I'll be really, really happy. But this is kind of like my goal. And what might end up happening is the ones I don't get to might just carry over to next month. And then to fill in the gaps, I'll pick some other books. We shall see how this goes. But of course, this is also, I will be reading Sweet Valley High in the month of June. So I have 6 books that I'll be reading from the Sweet Valley High series. I'll be reading books 7 through 12. So I have some of them here. The rest of them I've actually ordered from Thrift Books, and they should be arriving any day now. But we have book number 7, which I will actually be starting today. Today is the 31st, the day that I'm filming this, the same day this is being posted. So I'll be starting this book today. And this is Dear Sister, book number 7. Excited about getting back to this one. And then we have book number 8, which is Heartbreaker. And book number 9, which is Racing Hearts. And then book number 10 is called Wrong Kind of Girl. And then we have book 11, which is Too Good to Be True. And book number 12, When Love Dies. So yay for Sweet Valley. So that is a lot of books, you guys. What did I say? 18 and 12 is 40? Did I do that? No. 30. 30 books, right? Yeah. 18 plus 10 is 28 plus 2 is 30. Yes. 30 books. In 30 days. 30 days has September, April. Yeah, 30 days in June. Does anybody else do that rhyme when they're trying to remember how many days are in a month? Or is it just me? I still do that, and I'm a 46-year-old woman. But yeah, so there's 30 days in June. So can I do a book a day in June? Probably not. I almost guarantee you the answer is probably no. If I can do 15 books in June, I will be very, very pleased with that. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today. I do hope that you enjoyed this. I know it's a lot, but I like to have a lot of choice. That's my main takeaway from all of this. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more from my channel and you're new around here, please do consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please post them in the comment section below. And until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.